acharam charameva sukshmatvat tadavidneyam durastham chantike cha tata bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charameva sukshmatvat tadavidneyam durastham chantike cha tata. Bahirantascha bhutanam. Bhutanam, here the various bodies or various beings who are there. Bhagavan says, I exist inside their body and outside their body also. And not only among insentient beings, but acharam and charamevacha, in the insentient as well as the sentient. It's like again that light in the sky. Suppose there were two moons, then both the moons would have shone in the sky. If there were 10, then all of them will be shining. So suppose, just imagine there are two moons in the sky. Not one moon on the sky and one in the ground. That is another. Both the moons are in the sky. So we see two moons, but in between them we see dark sky. But that dark sky is also flooded with light. So the light is not only on the moon, but it is also in between, where there are no objects. So Bhagavan says that I exist as life in beings. I exist as existence in all objects, but I exist even beyond that. I not only exist in this world, but I exist beyond this world also. Etavanasya mahima. This whole world is my mahima, but I exist beyond this world. So bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha. So this supreme consciousness, your own self, the real nature of the kshetrajna is inside as well as outside your body. It pervades the whole body, but it is also outside the body. It is there in all the beings, moving objects, and it is also there in immovable objects. Acharam charamevacha. If it is everywhere, why I cannot comprehend it? He says sukshmatvat. It is very subtle. It is very subtle. It is the subject, pure I. We are used to knowing objects. All that we know is object. We are used to knowing objects. When we say I know, that I is different and what I know is different. So we have the habit of knowing something different other than I. This is I itself. It is subtle. It cannot be known as we know other things. Knowing it is to be it, to identify with it. So knowing the self is being the self. So it is very subtle. The whole thing is very, very sukshma. So sukshmatva tad avidneyam. It is difficult to comprehend for those who are not ready. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, avidusham. Those who have not acquired these 20 values, those who are not ready through their sadhana, then it becomes difficult to comprehend. It is something very, very close to us, but still it is so subtle that difficult to comprehend. Sukshmatva tad avidneyam. For the wise, it is as clear as daylight. Durastham. For the ignorant, it is as though it is far away, as though something far away. Many people, when they listen to this, they say, oh, it is all abstract. I can't understand. It goes above my head. So just try to sit above so that you can catch it. सिंपल कुछ बता दो. सिंपल बता दो क्या? सिंपल बता दो. जैक एंड जिल की कहानी बताओ. There's no alternative. It's like a person who is saying that, oh, I am so busy, I don't have time for anything and all. That fellow, when he gets a heart attack, he wants people to rush him to the nearest hospital and all. And there he lies down there for 3-4 days. Arey, you were so busy, why did you come here? You were so busy, why you do this? Similarly, if we are interested in this, if we understand this, we will give it 100%. But now we are busy with other worldly things. So those who are distracted, those who have no purity of the mind, then this is something far away, very vague. But if one gains that proper qualities, what we are talking about is cha antike, it is the nearest. What we are looking for is so near to us that it is I, myself. The subject, the seeker is seeking himself. What we are seeking is our own self. We are roaming around here and there. As Kabir Das ji says, Moko kahan dhunde re bandhe? That where are you looking for me? Main to tere paas mein. So what we are looking for is I am, that pure I am. That am, even that I goes away. And that am also dissolves into that pure being, nameless, formless, soundless. In that pure consciousness alone arises that notion I am. And when that notion I am arises, then everything appears in front of us as the world. Somebody asked Nisargadatta Maharaj that when was this world created? He said, just now. When you became aware of it, when are you aware of it now? He says, now only it is created. It's so profound, so wonderful. When was this world created? Just now. When you became aware, yes, now it is created. When was your dream created? When you started seeing your dream, that time only it was created. Many people say, oh, how can we say world was created just now? There are mountains, there are rivers, there were things, they must be existing past so many countless millions of years ago. Even the science says 13 billion years ago and all. See, when you dream, there are mountains in your dream. There are rivers in your dream. But when were they created? Just now. When you started seeing them, at that moment it was created. When you stop seeing, it disappears. It's very sublime. So this consciousness is so wonderful. Pure consciousness is that pure self, but it, as that I am, it has got this power to project this world, or the world appears in front of it. But our interest now is not in the world, but to recognize that pure self. So sukshmatvat, it is so subtle that tad avidneyam, it cannot be comprehended by the gross mind or by the mind which is not ready. Durastham, it appears very far, but cha antike cha, but it is at the same time very close also, very near. Further, he says, avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam bhuta bhartra cha tadneyam Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam bhuta bhartru cha tadneyam grasishnu prabhav vishnu cha. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. It is avibhaktam, it is undivided. This pure consciousness, this pure being, the kshetrajna in its pure quality, pure nature, unassociated with any object, is undivided. Avibhaktam is undivided. One homogeneous, pure consciousness, existence and bliss. But vibhaktam iva cha sthitam, but appears to be divided in beings. It appears to be divided in beings. Like again, to give the example of light. Light, when we see or we don't see in the sky, it is undivided. But if there are 10 moons, it appears to be divided into 10 moons. Because the consciousness is recognized only when there is a body. One becomes the seer only with respect to the body. So when the body, I identify with the body, I see the body, then I also see other bodies. So I feel that I am conscious and I am consciousness and I am conscious of this body. You are also conscious of your body. She is also conscious of her body. So there are many consciousness and in between there are no consciousness. So many divided consciousnesses are there. That is not the right understanding. Bhagavan says, I am undivided. That consciousness is undivided. It appears divided because you are seeing the outer form, because you are seeing the individual bodies. So, avibhaktam, undivided. Bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam, but in all beings it appears to be divided. It is seen to be divided, but it is not divided. It's like space. Space is one, but if we make lot of rooms, it appears divided into all those rooms. But even in the walls, space is there. Space cannot be divided because it is very subtle, but it appears to be divided. Similarly, the Supreme Reality is one, appears to be divided when we look at it from the standpoint of the object, that is the body. So if I look from the standpoint of my body, I feel that reality divided. But when I identify, when I look from the standpoint of the reality, it is one. Then there is no identification with one particular body. This body and that body and every body is same. That same reality is there. Then there is no division of any kind. Division by name and all, that is of the body only. Mr. So-and-so and all those things are names of the body. But consciousness is one. So, avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. As though divided, it appears as though divided. Bhuta bhartru. Again, it is the nourisher of all the beings. It sustains and nourishes all the beings. The beings exist because of the presence of this existence. It's like in our dream. The dream is nourished by the dreamer. If the dreamer wakes up, the whole dream will die. The dream is alive because of the presence of the dreamer. If the dreamer wakes up, dream cannot exist. Suppose in your dream you see one thin little fellow and you ask him, what are you doing? He says, oh, I am now eating badam pistas to become little fat so that I gain strength and all. So you do whatever you want. But when I wake up, he along with his badam pista disappear. We have the feeling that I am the body. We keep nourishing it, this, that, and all, but I am that pure consciousness. Body is anyway functioning according to the laws and rules of nature. Mind is functioning according to the rules of nature. Intellect also functions according to rule. As long as it wants to, it has to live, it will live. When the time comes, it will die. Again, another body will form. Again, it dies. It's like bubbles appearing in the sky. The body also is just appearance in the vast, this cosmos. But I am that pure consciousness. I am not the body. Bhuta bhartru, I am the supporter of all these bodies. So bhuta bhartru cha tad neyam, and also I am the knower of all these bodies. I am the one who is witnessing all the bodies. Grasishnu, I swallow everything. When everything merges, that pralaya and all is nothing but everything is merged into that pure consciousness only. Everything is swallowed in that pure consciousness. Nameless, formless I exist without the world, without any beings, just that pure consciousness alone is. And suddenly, out of no rhyme and reason, by its own play, suddenly that I consciousness arises and also the world is experienced. So Grashishnu, I swallow everything, and Prabhavishnu cha, and project everything. That supreme reality swallows everything in pralay and projects everything when the world is seen, then manifested. Like our dream. When we wake up, the dream gets swallowed. When we again go to sleep, the dream is projected. Therefore it says, like Lord Shiva, when he opens his eyes, the world gets dissolved. When he closes his eyes, the world comes into existence. So bhuta bhartru cha tadneyam grasishnu prabhavishnu cha, that is my real nature. So these are the indicators of that kshetrajna. One more is there. We'll chant it, we will see the meaning tomorrow. Jyotisham api tad jyotihi tamasa paramuchyate jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam hridhi sarvasya vishtitam Jyotishamapi tad jyotihi paramuchyate. Now close your eyes and just sit quietly. And just focus your attention on your own being. I exist. I am. You exist. So just experience that your own existence. That being which you had experienced when you were a little child, and as you grew,